Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to another video. Well, let's see what I got for you right now. This may be a model. Actually, let me say it differently. If you like models that they're quite unknown from a brand that if you're not familiar with their history, you may say, do they actually make cars or they cater trucks? They cater to trucks. Well, you are in the right track halfway, but there's another half of the story that you may not be fully familiar. But let's give it a proper presentation. What I got for you right now is a 143 scale 1965 Hino Contessa Coupe. Now, before anything, I want to clarify, do not confuse the Hino Contessa with the Hindustan Contessa. In India, the Hindustan brand also made a model called the Contessa. But this is the Hino Contessa. Now, you may say Hino. Doesn't Hino just make trucks? Yes, they do now. But back in the days, they also did also cars. They actually did cars. Now, this right here is the second generation of the Hino Contessa. It's a model that was produced between 1964 till 1969. Okay? Now, it's quite a good looking car, quite fashionable. It does have a lot of attractiveness to it. The shape is really good looking. Nowadays, as you know, Hino, it's part of Toyota. They signed an agreement, I think, back in the late 60s, if I'm not mistaken. So now they're more like the Toyota side of the trucks, and that's why I guess no longer it's doing cars like it used to. This car, by the way, it was assembled in Japan, in Israel, and also had an assembly line in New Zealand. So they did have quite different places. So it was not just a Japanese model. This car was sold in other parts of the world too. I thought from the beginning that this was only basically a Japanese model because I know a lot of Japanese brands back in the days they used to only cater to the Japanese market. Now it says here the second generation of the Hino Contessa came out in September of 1964 with an exterior design by Giovanni Michelotti on the Contessa Coupe, which has sold a very similar design to the Triumph 1300. I guess it had a connection with the Triumph model. I guess they were both designed by Giovanni Michelotti. Not sure. Let me know in the comments below if you know that. While considerably longer and heavier, the Contessa also had a much more powerful 12 1251 cc's four cylinder, and it came with a four-speed manual transmission with a top speed of 130 kilo km/h or 81 miles per hour. Okay, now the coupe version they came out in 1965. They presented them in 1965. So first they came out with the sedan because this car came out with a four-door sedan and a two-door coupe. The one that we're looking at right now is the two-door coupe, but they also had a sedan version of the model. It says here that it was related to the Renault 8. And then after that, I did read that Renault had a connection with Hino back in the days. I don't know much about that story. I would have to read more about it, but I don't have that information right now. But again, that's when you, my friends, help me out know more. Did Hino and Renault had some type of connection, sharing models? Because it does have a relation with the Renault 8. And now that you look at the front end, quite similar to the Renault 8. It says this generation of the Hino Contessa was also exported to Australia, Switzerland, and the Netherlands, among others. Okay, that's really, really good to know because, like I said before, some of these Japanese cars from back in the days, people think they're only selling in the Japanese market. All right, everyone, I'm gonna let this beautiful car go around a few times, and I'll be right back. All right, everyone. I'm going to tell you something. I was looking at the models between the coupe and the sedan, and I think the coupe is a lot more attractive. It has a lot more, you know, looks. And I think if they were both sold worldwide, like in many more countries, I would say the coupe would have probably attracted more customers. Now I don't know the numbers, how they sold in coupes and also in the sedan, but I would probably say the coupe would have done better. That's just my opinion. It's just because it looks more attractive. The sedan is not a bad looking either, but I think the coupe it's more the looks were blended more into other markets. All right, everyone. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this Hino. Have you ever seen one in person? I personally never. Not even in car shows. I don't think they were ever exported. Sometimes they export classic cars from Japan, but this is not probably one that's very common to see. Not even probably in Japan itself. They're already over 50 years old, about 55 or more, probably actually 60 years old. So it's already a car that has a lot of track in between. So many of them are probably not even have been junked or not never saved. Hopefully, whichever they have around, they're saving them. So, but if you ever got to see one of them, let me know what you guys think about them. Were they reliable? All right, everyone. Don't forget to give me a beautiful thumbs up. Thank you so much again. Thank you for all those nice comments. I always like to thank people because people don't have to do anything. So when they do it, it gives me joy to see you guys are enjoying these videos as much as I'm enjoying making them. And don't forget to click and subscribe and click the bell next to the subscribe button that will remind you when I'm posting more videos. Take care of yourselves more than ever, as I always say, especially nowadays. And goodbye.